Hello students, how are you all? Hope all of you are quite fine. So our today's topic written here, you can see that is basic concepts of chemistry. Are you finding the chapter name in your book? No. It's not at all a direct chapter of your book, as it is a topic under consideration which we have to study for strengthening the basic needs or basic requirements to study chemistry. Here, dear children, for last classes you are facing all the chapters regarding chemistry. Suppose metals and non-metals. After that, coal and petroleum. Then combustion and flame, which is going to come. All are related to chemistry. In that case, especially in the chapter metals and non-metals, you have seen there are many chemical reactions. A number of chemical reactions you have faced, and more you are going to face in future in upcoming classes, not in class 8, in upcoming classes, class 9, 10, 11, 12 also. So, here there is a need to understand some basic concepts of chemistry which will help you to understand the chemical reactions which are actually the prominent zone of chemistry. As many students have requested me to make a class about this, so I decided to do this. So here, first of all, dear children, it is required to understand that in chemistry we say anything as a substance. As you know the definition of matter, matter is anything that have mass and occupies some space. The same matter is called substance in the language of chemistry. In language of physics we say object, body, and in the language of chemistry we use the terms matter, substance. So basically the substances are classified into elements and compounds. These are the pure substances of chemistry. So let us come in that point now. The pure substances of chemistry are classified into elements and compounds. I repeat, elements and compounds. Let me give you one example. Every substance are made up of molecules which are the basic building units. Suppose a house, as for example, it is made up of bricks. So bricks are the building units of making a house. Like that, molecules are the basic building units of any substance. Here, if I take the elements, first of all, let us take a simple example, that is NaCl, sodium chloride, the common salt on our table which we used to consume. This NaCl is made up of sodium and chlorine molecules. These are made up of sodium and chlorine molecules. So here we can say that sodium and chlorine are the elements and NaCl, sodium chloride, is the compound, that is say the common salt. And you better know that I am using the symbols of the elements, that is Na is the symbol of sodium, Cl is the symbol of chlorine, NaCl, it is the chemical formula of the compound common salt, that is sodium chloride. Another example let us take. Molecules of carbon and oxygen, these are the molecules of the elements. They form a compound called carbon dioxide. This is a molecule of compound. Here we can say one molecule of sodium combines with one molecule of chlorine to give one molecule of sodium chloride. Here also one molecule of carbon combines with one molecule. It is one molecule. Don't think it as two, because one molecule of oxygen comprises of two atoms of oxygen again. That is, one molecule of oxygen is made up of two atoms of oxygen, because molecules are again made up of atoms. So one molecule of carbon reacts with one molecule of oxygen to give one molecule of carbon dioxide. Another example I am taking. This one is a very common compound for you, that is water, H2O. Now dear children, see one thing here. Carbon, in this reaction if I say carbon is 1, here also carbon is 1, oxygen is 2, oxygen is 2. This is called reactant side, this is called product side. So both are balanced according to the number of atoms. Here also one atom of sodium, one atom of chlorine. In molecule of sodium there is only one atom. In molecule of chlorine also there is only one atom. And in one molecule of sodium chloride, again one atom of sodium and one atom of chlorine. That means it is also balanced. But what about this reaction? One molecule of hydrogen contains two atoms of hydrogen. One molecule of oxygen contains two atoms of oxygen. And one molecule of water contains two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. That means this reaction is not balanced. In sense, here it is showing two atoms of oxygen, but here it is showing one atom of oxygen. Now how to balance? Already balancing you have seen in earlier classes. Here also hydrogen 2, here 2, that's not a problem. Oxygen 2 and here 1, it is the problem. So oxygen 2 we cannot decrease, we have to increase the number of atom of oxygen here. So how to increase it? We can write 2. As I have told you before also, we cannot make any suffix behind. We can write the number in front of the molecule. So it will show that oxygen atom has become 2. But what about hydrogen? 2 2s are 4. That means number of hydrogen has increased. So not to worry, we can write here also 2. So again 2 2s are 4 hydrogen. Now all are balanced, I think. 2 2s are 4 hydrogen atoms. 2 2s are 4 hydrogen atoms, and oxygen atoms here 2 also, here 2 also. So overall what the reaction becomes? 2 molecules of hydrogen combines with 1 molecule of oxygen to give 2 molecules of water. So up to this it is clear that elements combine to form compounds. But compound can also be formed by combination of 2 or more compounds also. See here, I am taking now this carbon dioxide. It is a compound. Water is also a compound. They combine to form a new compound that is called carbonic acid. So one molecule of carbon dioxide reacts with one molecule of water to give one molecule of carbonic acid, and the reaction is already balanced. Carbon 1, here also 1 atom of carbon, here oxygen is 2 and here 1. Total count of atoms of oxygen is 3 in the reactant side. Product side, the count of oxygen is 3 also. Hydrogen here 2 atoms, here also 2 atoms. So overall 1 molecule of carbon dioxide react with 1 molecule of water to give 1 molecule of carbonic acid. Now in chemistry, elements and compounds are called the pure substance. So what is the impure? Actually impure doesn't mean here any dirty thing. Its concept is something else. Suppose if you are adding sodium chloride in water, will be there any reaction? No. They will not form any new compound. They will form just a solution of salt. Sodium chloride is common salt, you know. So it will be a common salt solution, a solution of common salt. That means water and sodium chloride are in their own form. They have not changed in their formula. They are in their own form, but the water has become saline, that is salty. You will get the taste of the salt separately if you test that water. That means two things have not reacted, they have just mixed up. So we can say that this salt solution is a mixture. It is a mixture. That means they have been mixed up. So these elements and compounds are called pure substance, and this will be a impure substance. That means elements and compounds are pure according to their molecular formula. Suppose sodium chloride NaCl, it is a pure sodium chloride salt containing Na and Cl, that is sodium and chlorine, which is never changeable. It is fixed. But here they have not created any new compound. Both are separate in their own way. That means two compounds have get mixed up. So we can say in the language of chemistry, these are impure substance. Again I am telling, impure in the sense of chemistry. Don't think impure means it is a dirty thing. Impure doesn't mean here that any type of negative sense here. Impure means here sodium chloride and water are two different compounds in one system. In that sense, it is called impure substance. So these basic ideas are required to proceed our further classes, which will contain many reactions of chemistry. So if this concept is clear to you, so we can follow up the next classes of some other reactions. So till then, stay healthy, stay safe. Goodbye.